Okay, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. This is Mike with the watch list video. I promised you guys I'd put together a video for Friday. I don't have a lot of confidence that Friday is going to be a great trading day. Market closes at 1 tomorrow. Just if you have something else to do, I'd recommend that. But I'll be there, seeing if there's some setups in the morning. I don't know if I'll stay all the way till 1. Not the best trading day of the year historically. And actually, my list of stocks to watch is probably longer than it should be. But anyway, let me slide this over. If you're new in the room, please pause this video and read that. All right, I'm going to slide this over just to show you my favorite chart or stock of the day became VCIG early on, right? This was pre-market over here. Once it got going and once it did this pop here, I said, okay, this thing's strong enough. I'm going to bid on a pullback, and I mentioned the 5s buy zone, which it went down to 301. Anyone that a lot of us split our bids, right? If we have a buy zone pullback and there's a whole number involved, a lot of us will put a bid above and then another bid below, kind of split the bids. I didn't do that. I think I have my bid at 297 and it went down to 301. But if you were 301, 302, 303, 304, and you just let this thing run, it went absolutely nuts. So the 5s buy zone did work. I bid too low. But here's VCIG on the daily. You can see it gave a lot back by the end of the day, but we can go to 5-minute candles here. And right there is that 304 entry if you happen to catch it. By the way, VWAP right there also. And it went all the way to 774. Now, having said that I bid too low, I did play 2 or 3 different pullbacks in this thing because, again, early on I discerned this is the one to watch. Float-wise, news-wise, I liked everything about it. The volume was coming in. It was the one to play. So I had several successful trades in it, but not that beautiful 303 or 304 entry. All right, anyway, having said that, let's go back to the daily, and let's talk about what we're watching for Friday. Again, half day. Lower your expectations if you are going to trade. IFBD, nice breakout, pretty strong close. Could have a follow-through day. POET, and by the way, if Friday's really dead, a lot of these will just be back on watch for Monday, right? POET had this nice pop on Tuesday. Quiet inside day on Wednesday. Could be a third day play on Friday. NVIDIA. Come on, populate. Anyway, I had this on Bounce Watch. I put it in my notes when it was all the way down here. I was like, wow, this thing's really oversold. Kevin P typed in chat somewhere around where my cursor is. He was nibbling in his long-term account, and it ended up going back almost to the high of the day, I think. So nice grab by Kevin P. But anyway, you do have this nice kind of reversal candle and closed green, meaning closed above its open when I say green. So definitely want to watch that for a follow-through of that bounce tomorrow. All right, VFS. Kind of interesting chart. Had a pop back here, and then another pop. Was basing for a while. I believe they had earnings. That's where the extra volume came from. Certainly could have a follow-through day, and maybe worth noting, 432 was Wednesday's high. And then if you look to the left, you have another potential catalyst of 445, which was the October 22nd high. And then above that, maybe it really gets going. So it is worth keeping on watch. IREN. Had a couple of price target upgrades, I believe, on Wednesday, and one of the stronger stocks out there. Again, you have another scenario where you have Wednesday's high and then a high from a couple weeks ago as potential catalysts to propel us higher if those are taken out. HUT, you kind of put a horizontal line there, trying to break out of this range, and a pretty strong day, good volume on Friday. VSTM. Nice pop there, right? And again, I'll put the horizontal line over that area as kind of a breakout, and I like the volume, so that one's worth watching for a follow-through day. SOUN, nice bounce on Wednesday. Had a big run, then a 2-day pullback, and then ended up bouncing and going out at the highs on Wednesday, so certainly could continue tomorrow. HSAI, it's extended. It's kind of far from the moving averages, but you did a big pop on Tuesday, and a quiet inside day on Wednesday, and it's kind of interesting on Wednesday that it topped out at 799. We like whole number breaks, so then back through 8 maybe tomorrow could be a potential catalyst, if you will, for maybe a move to that 855. UMAC Had nice news in pre-market on Wednesday, and then had a crazy range. So I'm a day trader. I want it on, I'm gonna have it on a chart, but it's pretty far from the moving averages and didn't act that great. And by the way, was if you didn't trade on Wednesday, was one of those serial halters. Which every three minutes it halts, and to me those become untradeable. But maybe tomorrow it won't be like that. Who knows? VCIG, I already mentioned that one. I don't like that it closed so far off its highs, but it still has that news under its belt now, right? And a big volume day, and it's a low float. So definitely going to keep that one on watch all next week too, probably. UAVS had a nice pop and then a gap up and reversal, and is already kind of finding some footing. So that one goes on watch. Remember, I focus on in-play stocks, so that's what I'm doing here. ARWR had the gap up on Tuesday, and then a nasty reversal, and then look what it did on Wednesday. It just ripped to new recent highs. So that thing's really strong. It's also extended. I'm aware of that, but I'm a day trader, so it goes on watch. DXYZ's been really strong. Now you've got a high of 50 back here, then you've got a lower high of 47.60, and then a couple days lower, right back down to the 8-day. So this one goes on bounce watch because it's a strong in-play stock, and a few down days, so could be ready to turn back up on Friday. A couple more. ZENA had this big rip. Let me figure this out. This would have been Monday, then the gap up on Tuesday, sell off, gap down on Wednesday, sell off, maybe ready to turn back up on Friday. And then lastly, PDYN, just a crazy mover, but had this big rip, right? Then a nasty red day, then another big rip, then a nasty red day. So if we're going to follow that pattern, maybe a big rip on Friday. Anyway, it goes on watch. It's definitely in play. That's it for me. I'll see you guys in pre-market, where we'll add some gappers to this list as well. Enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving. I'll see you guys in the morning.